Very special edition of Willow Talk today. We have, of course, a test cricketer, a shit cricketer, and two great cricketers. Boys. Ian, Sam, the great cricketers. How are we, boys?
Well, thanks so much for having us. Excited to be somewhere in between a shit cricketer and a test cricketer.
Yeah, that's incredible.
I'd say closer to you, Adam, if I had to guess, than Brad. But
Nathan Lyon
He was
called
very
us
good,
Muppets
but-
yesterday.
yeah.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
he doesn't know names.
Great to be here. Fan of the show,
Hey.
legitimately. Great to see where how the sausage is made in here.
What the you for? Great. Is this a cashy, or is this like going back to a grade game when you're a test player and you want to bully the opposition?
Yeah, the tables have
That's
turned.
what it-
I've got a few stories about you
Yeah.
in the back pocket. So
I thought
Get
Lisa was
him
going to
out.
be here.
yeah,
so
that's right. I was here for Midge. So anyway,
She's put us right in our place because she's actually off trying to be a cricketer and win a World Cup, which
Yeah.
I think is showing off. But
Yeah,
anyway,
yeah.
and doing a damn good job of it
Yeah.
as well. Did you guys ever cross over at all? Ever?
Could have.
well, this is Brad's opportunity to say we may have, but I don't remember. No, I did make my first grade debut against Eastern Suburbs, but Hads was with the state team. Fortunately,
You sound disappointed about it.
I was a little bit because one of my best mates, Borley, played first grade for Balmain, the club that was recently subject to Harjit Singh making 314.
We'll get to that.
And Borley was a really good
Some.
player. He played. He trained with the state team from time to time, and Hads lent him a bat at one point, which Borley then used.
He's a left-arm bowler, wasn't
that's
he?
all right.
Yes.
You just stay there. And in a semi-final, this is grade cricket. But in a semi-final, Borley got out against Eastern Suburbs, and as he's walking off, Had says, "Hey, Borley, put my bat back in my kit."
He stole that bat. He stole it off Graham Thorpe, the late great Graham Thorpe. Yeah, I remember that. It was a Cooner.
Oh,
Yeah, it was.
Wow.
So it wasn't lent or
No, I gave it to Thorpe. He came out to
Borley would be fuming here.
yeah. He came out to play.
It could be defamation.
great
Yeah.
cricket, and he walked out, and you know you bat, and I'm looking down and said, "This little prick's got my cricket bat," and he looked at me and smiled. I said, "Mate, I don't know who you are." But I knew I'd gave it to Thorpe to use, and I asked Thorpe. He said, "Oh yeah, one of the boys took it." So I said, "Mate,
Oh, so you've given it to Thorpe, and then Thorpe's handed it on as well. So you sort of sublet your bat
yeah." So I asked for it back. Yeah.
after he got out. Yeah, that's great.
See, this is typical Haddin because you'll bring something up with him that no way in the world should he remember it, given that you know the places you've played and everything, and then bang, it just comes to him. Do you guys find that with your grade career as well?
cricket-
People coming up to you in the audience and going, "I played against you," or "I played against you."
You've had that.
Mate, the amount of people have written to me, I got Higgos out once. I was like, mate, everyone got me out. My sister got me out. You know, like, mate, yeah.
That's the duality of cricketers, though. Like at Hads's level, there's a lot of feigning not to care about cricket. But if you really drill deep, they remember every single thing. Complete nuffies, but they know how to disguise it.
It's an event when you play in the orbit of an international player. Like it's an event for you as a person because you feel like you're achieving the thing that you aspired, like what you set out to do when you were 10. You're like, see, I'm on the same field as this person.
This guy was on TV. I've seen them on TV, and now I'm playing.
I'm going to have his bat.
Yeah, exactly. And I might steal his bat.
Off someone else.
Yeah.
Did you? We had that same. I had the same thing with Dean Jones. Remember I told you about that? So I was playing for the Canberra Comets and Dean Jones and everyone. You had the super legend Kookaburra. I looked up to Dean Jones, changed the game. And he's walked over to me from mid-on. I'm batting the non-strikers at the comments. I said, "Oh, how good's this, Dean Jones?" He looked me in the eye and he said, "You don't deserve to be on the same field as me." And then he just walked away, blank face. And I coached with him like 15 years later. We're at the bar and I said, "Nah, this has got the better of me." Yeah. Dino, you remember this? And it goes back to what you said about nuffy cricketers. I said, "You said this." And he looked me deadpan in the eye and he goes, "Well, you didn't." After that,
That's when men were men.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's when
Yeah.
men were
When things
men,
were
you
good.
know.
This
It's
is
a
where it
shame.
all started. A story like that is where it all started for
totally.
you guys. It's like
It's a shame.
culture.
It's a shame what's happened to Australian cricket under Pat Cummins and his wokerati. You know, like this team. Honestly, what he's done to our business model is nothing short of a disgrace.
Yeah.
I mean, they behave themselves on the field. They succeed. Their spirit of cricket is through the roof.
Yeah.
I want to go back to the Haddin era. That's like the great cricketer succeeds when Australian cricket's in crisis and behaving poorly. It's actually tough times for us at the moment. Dean Jones, etc. That's where we live.
I think it might change this summer. I reckon you're going to get a lot of content this summer.
Hopefully.
not from us, from them.
Yeah.
All it
Get
takes is
from England.
they lose one game, and it just takes one of the greats to just say, like, they just need to play with a harder edge, just toughen up, bring back the sledging. You know,
Someone might say hard nose cricket.
Hard-nosed
Hard
cricket.
noses need to be harder when you play.
take the solar panels off clubhouses.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, and stop flying around in jumbo
Jets, that's interesting. Yeah,
and talking about climate change. It's complete hypocrisy.
pitch it up.
Just a disgrace.
That dude who wrote the article in the in one of the tabloids about the fact that go woke, go broke. Australian, like the Test team lost one match.
Yeah.
It was bang. That's all he needed for a 1,500 word missive.
We have asked Pat before, actually, said, you know, like when you go woke, you go broke. Now, what is your cash position? It's actually pretty good.
It's pretty good,
turns
yeah.
out. So
Zampa didn't sing the national anthem during the World Cup.
that's a disgrace.
Yeah, that's a disgrace. So,
didn't?
No, he didn't sing it. So
Yeah.
There you go.
So these boys are hurting us.
Oh, dear. So we see these sometimes when like Hads has his strident opinion about what's going on in cricket, and then we get a bit of feedback as if to say, "Oh, you're a bit harsh there," or this, that, and the other. You guys, you just got like everyone's bowling no balls, and you got free hits all the time because you can say what you want, and these guys will laugh at you. As opposed to us, we'll get feedback to say, "Oh,
yeah, 'cause
don't be like that."
No one cares who we are.
Yeah, that's right.
We've never achieved or amounted to anything.
Yeah.
Can you give us some tips about, like, especially for the actual Test cricketers here that say things and then kind of it's a free hit for them.
Not
They can
really,
get away with
because
it.
like the reason the grey cricketer exists is because like the good players are straitjacketed with their opinions. You know what I mean? So like you get the ex-players who are looking after their mates who can't get into trouble. So then you have the failed cricketers filling that vacuum. So no, there's no tips. Just keep providing milquetoast opinions and vanilla opinions, and we'll fly. But I don't think it's true to say we don't get in trouble. Like we've gotten in trouble from the BCCI before, the ICC, petrochemical companies. You know, there's like there are people willing to try and, you know, censor you, but it's just play on.
Where are you finding the podcast space? I know you're in here today to bully us. Like, are you doing the rounds to all the cricket podcasts? You got to go see Haydos and Bluey. Are you just doing the rounds?
Are you talking to Joss Butler because he's got the nicest voice in the world?
Well, he does. It's
Yeah.
mesmerising voice, actually. Yeah.
Oh, you did that when you were in England, actually.
Yeah,
We did. Well, I suppose they're popping up all over the place, aren't they? Like, because I mean, there is still a space where people like hearing you guys tell stories and share stories. I mean, that's like Bluey and Haydos's and JB's podcast. What's it called again?
I love that. No, that's great. No, that's it. You did it. Yeah, that's it. I forgot what it's called, but yeah. We'll find out later.
I am
all over bar the cricket.
That's it. I'm enjoying the guffaws over the stories. It's electric. It makes me feel safe when I hear about just 90s Shield cricket stuff, you know? When we're bullying England as well in the Test series. That's fantastic. I mean, like, it's just, I mean, podcasts are expanding, right? I mean, you guys are doing fantastically well. What's it called again?
Nah, in all seriousness, it's not that. Like, our actual view is that like a rising tide lifts all boats. Like, so we go on all the pods when invited, and vice versa
I
as well.
would too for $5,000 cash a hit.
Exactly. Brilliant.
5K. I think it's a great medium, and happy to come and help out, you know, where possible. I come down to the lower grades, and I can't help it. It's all right. I can't do it.
Don't fall into that trap. Any players that have not got your shtick have gone, wait a minute, don't say that about me, or don't say that about that person. That's mean.
Like, most are pretty good.
Most get it.
You can get away with a lot.
Yeah, I guess so. No, like, mate, I don't know. Like, I feel like when you interview people, if you show them some love and like they understand that you respect what they've done in cricket, and you do that briefly, then you can get into the shit talk, and people. So I think a couple. You know what? Like, I think there'd be some ex-players who perhaps aren't on social media that much, that might not be familiar with the shtick, who would start from a position of like caution about having the piss taken out of them straight away. There might be a few of those guys, but you sort of have empathy for that. Well, like we just did. I don't know when it's coming out, but we just did like a hour with Mark Waugh. And so he was my hero growing up.
How'd you get him, by the way? Because theoretically, he's at Triple M, which is part of the same stable.
Yeah.
He's been unable to get himself into the studio.
Like KO, 100% he was forced to do it. He even told us. He goes like with respect to it, because it ended up getting like, it was good, but he was like it's not like I'm doing anything this afternoon, boys. You know what I mean? And then like halfway through the pod, before we did the pod, he's like he goes, boys, I got a race to watch at 1:50. And I said, great, let's stop. Yeah. So we actually kept the cameras rolling while he was watching his race. Best part of the interview.
Yeah. So he did that in the Shield game.
Yeah.
He did it during a test match, didn't he? Isn't there a Triple M clip where he's watching it? He's watching a race, like during the game.
Oh, yeah.
He's on air,
all the time. But he did it in a Shield game, and he was once seen walking down Parramatta Road in his whites or creams to watch a race in a tab across the road from where he was playing.
90s Shield stuff. Yeah,
it's
heard
the best.
stories about like Brad Hodge like leaving a game to like test drive a car.
Yeah, to do hot laps around Albert Park.
Does that sound like Hodgie?
Yeah. Junior's one of the best. I remember him when he was a selector. He came in and said, you're in. Walked out of the room and he forgot a cup. So he came back in, I think it was Nathan Coulton, and he said, you're not quite good enough for this now anyway. Like, you're not playing. And he goes, but don't you have to tell me? He goes, deep down you're not quite good. And you're there going,
that's the best.
He's the only one that can get away with it.
Yeah.
So you would have been in and around it being Mark Waugh, but like, because he made everything look so easy, and then when he got out on occasion, maybe towards the end of his career as well, it's like, he's lazy, there's no effort there. But like, what was he like at training? Because he must have still been like,
he's a freak.
Yeah.
As a natural athlete, he was as good as anyone.
But he still worked really hard, right?
Mate, he worked hard as anyone in his game. Stephen gets the everyone talks about his hard nose, but mate, Junior was the same. But he'd just get you to the stage where the game's won and go, we've won. So he'd chip it to mid-wicket and he'd be out for 70, where Tugger would go, I'm going to grind these guys into the ground and get 150. The best example of that was playing a Shield game when they both come back. And when they both come back, you're in awe. Like, you just sort of, the wars are here. And
twins.
The great David Hooks got, I think it was John Moss or someone, to bowl wide of off stump and had everyone on the offside. So Junior tried to kick it, like kick the ball and just hit, and said, no, hit it up in the air. Abused Hooksy on the way out. He said, I'm not playing cricket like this. I said, mate, you can't, it's a Shield game we want to win. He goes, not playing like this. Storms off, and everyone sits down, gets on the pump. Where Tugger goes, fuck you. I'll show you how to play. And he got 200.
Yeah.
And Junior goes, I'm not batting to that. I said, mate, it's a Shield game. We need to get points. He goes, "Phew." And he's the only captain for New South Wales ever to be on minus points. He captained one game, slow over rate, and he's on minus points.
Has from what you've seen it, when you started fresh-faced, big aspirations, you talk about it a lot about, I want to make the top of cricket, and the culture of cricket then, as to what you understand it now, a little bit outside the fence, but obviously with a lot of mates still involved. Has it changed the fabric of it in Australia?
I think lots of it has changed. I think that it's much younger now than it used to be. I think when you went to a club like what Higgins and I would have started grade cricket, there'd be blokes in there like late 20s or early 30s or something who are still at the club. And so if you're an impressionable young guy, you're learning off, blokes will put hairs on your chest, on the field and off. Whereas today, probably, inflation and cost of living pressures and high density living means that economic pressures, downward economic pressures mean that, you don't have...
Why are you laughing?
Because it's funny to think about, Albanese's policy killing grade cricket. This is why India's beating us in under-19s. No one
can afford a backyard
No one can
anymore.
afford a backyard.
Yes. High rises.
But you know, like
Exactly.
like there was probably more time to play cricket and to then connect with your club off the field as well. So there was more cultural influence, therefore more humour. Whereas today, I think like first grade would be the average age of first grade would be far younger than what it used to be. That means blokes with a bit less experience. There's probably a lot more safeguards around cricket clubs now as well. Like there's partition showers. You know what I mean? There's probably less pressure to tub with everybody. There's many more progressive developments that make it a safer space. And again, he's going to kill the grade cricketer business model. But so yeah, I think the players are just as good. Like it's a different kind of game now. But yeah, you just have fewer guys filtering down the grades, you know, and younger guys.
It wasn't that long ago when like things weren't open on Sunday. So blokes played all weekend. They worked during the week, and they saw their family somewhere in between, I'm guessing. But they played so much more cricket. I remember seeing an interview with Matthew Haddin when he was playing for Australia. It must have been like the 90s or early 2000s. And he's asked like, "What's your favourite thing about being a cricketer?" And he said like, "Oh, the time spent at home." So like the guys now, they're never at home, you know. So like there was maybe one tour away during the winter, and they played during the summer, but the rest of the time they spent a lot of time at home. That meant also that they were playing club cricket. They're playing state cricket. They're playing club cricket now. Like, I mean, Pat Cummins hasn't been anywhere near Penrith, I'd imagine.
I'm pretty sure Adam Zampa doesn't have a grade team.
Doesn't have a team,
but they have to put one next to his name when they select him.
Is it Bangalow that he
Yeah,
puts?
I
don't even know.
I think he actually said that. I think he said, "Can I put my local park club on?" And they're like, "No, it's got to be."
Yeah, Matt Short, Victoria, lives on the Gold Coast.
Yeah.
So he just when
it's
he's
a
meant to be
disgrace.
playing grade cricket, he's like through mermaid waters on a jet ski or something like that. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
You see the scene a bit as well now. Has it changed from when you were in a grade cricket dressing room?
Well, the tubbing has. That's a very interesting conversation,
Yeah.
but we can't go down there for legal reasons. But but I don't think it's changed. Grade cricket's changed that much, actually. I've only just recently come back to it because my son's playing. But the only thing I see different is the entitlement of some of the players. They get 100 and think, well, I should play the next Shield game.
Right.
And you just think, I used to think selection was the easiest thing ever. You just get 3 or 4 hundreds in the year, you'll get picked. They think now their entitlement, okay, I've got 100, why not play in the next Shield game?
Yeah.
That's the only thing I've seen, the lack of education of understanding what performance looks like.
But I mean, that's changed as well, right? Like
Yeah.
it feels like the thinking these days are more like if you've got the weaponry or you look like you've got the game for a higher level, you're going to get the shot, as opposed to the guy, you know, old man or woman who puts the runs on the board consistently. If they don't look right or look like they've got the game, then they're not going to get the gig.
I feel like even in the international side now, that they seem to actually the same with England. Like look at Jacob Bethel, for instance, who's only just scored his first 100 ever.
Played Sydney grade cricket.
Sydney Test cricket.
Sorry.
You know, like Marnus was a guy as well, like who averaged 30 in Shield cricket, and Punter I think was one that saw him as just like he can play. They like to get guys that they think can play at that level, and then once you're in that level, then they just want you to figure it out so you can play. But there's other guys. Maybe this has always been the case. Other guys that need to score, you know, 1,000-run seasons over and over again, which is harder and harder these days, I suppose, before they get their crack. You know, like I would imagine Weatherald, for instance, might be higher up if he was maybe a little bit younger, I suppose. But he scored 1,000 runs last year, didn't he? In the Shield, and like everyone's saying how hard it is to bat, and he's opening the batting, and he's got 1,000 runs, and it's like, yeah, maybe. Now we're looking at Marnus opening the batting. I'm not saying that either one of those is right or wrong. I'm just saying it's interesting that once you seem to make it at that level, or you're said to be at that level, then
It's about getting away from grade cricket as fast as you can.
as fast as you can.
Yeah.
Get out of it.
Run away from the prison.
Yeah.
Did you actually like going back to play, or on a spare weekend you'd rather the spare weekend?
I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
No, I enjoyed playing grade cricket. I was one that always went back and tried to bully guys like this.
Oh, you would have bullied so many
You would have
people.
bullied, yeah.
Heaps.
I thought
How did it feel?
Playing twos was a bit much, I thought, Hads, but
I've only ever played 2 grades.
Yeah,
I've only played 5th
He said
grade
that
and
on our
first
show.
grade.
Yeah.
Fifth and
I don't know
first.
what third grade's like.
And I had to turn up there on the weekend, and I said, "What's this?" They said, "Oh, what's this standard like?" I said, "I've never watched it."
Hads, lots of guys have only played 2 grades. Yeah. Mainly 5s and 4s.
Yeah.
But
What's the biggest scandal? you'd been a part of?
I've been a part of.
Well, there was a tax thing, wasn't there, a couple of years ago? Oh, no, we can't talk about it.
The dangers of running your own business, huh? Just make sure you stay on those quarterlies, all right?
Cash.
We never crossed paths playing, but I remember a game a PG's game at Waverley Oval, so it was at your club, and it was a PG's game, so that's under 21s in Sydney.
You sure I was playing?
You weren't playing in it. You weren't playing, but it's just a scandalous story, I suppose. And a young David Warner was in the opposition. I think I'm maybe a year or two older than Dave, I think. But so I think he had a rookie contract at the time in New South Wales, but everyone in the scene knew who he was. He was going to be a good player. So he was playing in this game. I wasn't selected in the game, but our captain...
That's a scandal in itself.
That's what I'm talking about, yeah, because I had runs on the board. I scored 100 3 years before that.
Yeah. I made 28 2 weeks ago.
I only dropped twice.
Yeah.
Anyway, our captain thought that it was going to be a washout on the Sunday. So he was in King's Cross until, I'd say, about 7 a.m. So he turns up to the game and he is in not a good position to play cricket. And at that stage at Waverley Oval, you had to have you had to have a silver coin to access the hot water.
Yeah.
So he has turned up to the ground flogged and he's walked into the opposition dressing room where David Warner would have been a part of. I think he might have been captaining. And he's naked and he's asked for a 10-cent piece. Anyway, so then I get the call at about 9 a.m. It's just like, can you fill in because our skipper's no good. Play the game, and David he's always been very vocal on the field, let's just say that. Very vocal on the field. So there you go, there's one scandal in the sheds.
How much advice did David have for you on that day?
Quite a lot, and I took it all in. And then he played cricket for Australia, and I do this, so
yeah.
He
but
won.
Now you're stablemates at KO.
Yeah, that's true.
Isn't that wonderful?
Yeah, and close friends.
Yeah.
How much when you went into, say, a grade cricket dressing room for the first time, and then a state cricket one, and then a test cricket one, how much difference was there in just the I hate this word, but
I'm giving a
vibe.
big secret away here.
No, just the vibe, just the kind of where your standing is in the the ladder of importance.
I shouldn't say this because it ruin everyone involved in cricket to get to the top level. Exactly the same. The grade cricket change room to the first class, you walk in and you still got to stand there and think, where do I sit? And that happens in the Australian change room. I remember first walking in to the Australian in New South Wales, you put your bag there and they're going, what? Hugger spot. Mate. You didn't want Bevo's spot because he would just throw your bag out. But you've got to earn the right to get in. You see, you've got to stand there till you count everyone in. There's 8, there's 9. Okay, I can sit in the far corner near the shower.
Yeah. The part that's always missing from those stories is everyone always pictures those stories as this was the difficulty I experienced when I started, right? But what's left out is how you got to actually pay that forward when you were a senior player. So did you get to bully others the way you
100%.
were?
You, being a senior player, everyone says, you're better under pressure. But you can go out and drink later and you don't get in trouble. And that happened. I remember that happened in the World Cup, 2007 World Cup. I won't go right in. I'll tell you the back end of the story. So, myself, Simo, and Gilly, we went and had a good night in the Caribbean. And we come home and Simo walked straight through breakfast where Gilly and I were smart enough to go upstairs, and he's walked straight past John Buchanan's table, tapped him on the head, and we thought, this isn't going to end well. And that's when he was coming back from his bicep.
He tapped him on the head.
Yeah, and we're just, Gilly and I are watching from about the 4th floor. And I remember going to the team meeting that afternoon, and I pretended doing sit-ups on the Swiss ball, making myself sweating. And John Buchanan called Gilly out and said, we've got a problem. We might have to send Simo home. He's been drinking. He's got his bicep. He goes, you've got a bigger problem. He goes, Hads and I were with him. You don't have a keeper. and I'm listening thinking, this is not going to end well. And he just looked at Gilly and said, you know what, let's just put it under the carpet. And that's when I knew what a senior player was. They get away with everything. So if you get that's the moment when you get to a senior player, you can get away with a lot more.
Have you seen on that theme, just middle-aged men who really should know better or approaching middle age get away with just disgraceful things in front of not you guys.
That's the basis of his business. I mean, yes.
Yeah.
Just abhorrent behaviour.
Hard to Sing just made 314. I was playing in the game where Phil Jaques made 321. Sutherland versus North Sydney. He was out early as well, but state players aren't given out.
Senior player.
Saxy.
Yeah, Peter Sachs, that's it. Yeah. Shout out Saxy. So Sutherland made like 520 in this game. I'm probably in my third or fourth first grade game. And I walk out to bat and Rod Tucker's umpiring. And Phil Jaques is at first slip having made 321. Like the week before, like people are going, oh, he's just gone past Bradman, he's got trumpers in his sights, kind of thing. I didn't bowl, so
You didn't bowl?
No, they didn't give me a bowl, but Jaques is at first slip, like with his arms like crossed. He's got the like BP speed dealers on, chewing gum. I'm walking out like shaking, right? And I had this thing that I'd never been told this is the wrong thing to do, but I used to tuck my socks, like my pants, into my socks.
You did not,
because it was streamlined. I was like, "Well, this is great."
Cut that. No one will ever listen to it.
That's all right. I stopped after this, but I walked out, and this is to my embarrassment, right? But everything's content. Yep. And I walk out, and I was about to take centre, and Phil Jaques stops the game. Go. Is this fucking under 12s or something? What am I doing here? I'm like, oh my, and everyone's laughing on the field. I wait for that to die down. I'm like, he's made 320, so I guess he's entitled to his point, and he plays for Australia. And then I go to take centre, and I go, centre, please, Tuck. Everyone else call him Tuck. And Phil Jaques goes, hang on. He goes, Tuck. He's like, do you know this bloke? And Tuck's like, no. And Phil, like Jaques, goes, mate, don't call him Tuck if you don't know him. It's Rod. Centre, please, Rod. Everyone's just laughing. It took centre anyway. Out last ball before lunch for 5. So,
but the problem
middle-aged
there
men.
Is you can't tell me. You should have thought quick and said, "But what's your name?" If you just scored 300, mate, there's your in.
That would have gone down well.
Who are you? Yeah. Is this your first game?
Why are you here?
Definitely knew who he was.
Harder when he's just peeled off 320.
But that's then the confrontation starts and it's game on. Yeah. Mate, I've never heard of you. What's your name?
Well, unfortunately, I didn't have the skills of Brad Haddin with the bat. But
Did you play in the Scott Hookie era?
Nah, just after. I heard a lot of stories about Scott Hookie. Don't worry about that. But no, I did. I played indoor cricket with Scott Hookie. He was drinking beers at the time.
While playing indoor?
Yeah.
Inside the confines of
he's friends with my uncle. And we played in an indoor cricket team called What's Occurring. And he at Gladesville Indoor Sports Centre. And that was funny when he played. Yeah, good player though.
Gladesville Indoor Sports Centre.
Yeah.
That's Bunnings now.
Really? Oh, that's sad.
So Hads tells another great story. He's said it before about Don Nash. How, and this goes to some of the things you learn and the things you pick up in a dressing room surrounded by other like-minded men. Has never picked this up, I don't think, is how he used to go and buy a barbecue chicken, but he'd only eat the skin.
Gentleman's handbag.
Yeah. He'd only eat the skin and then chuck the chicken out. Like he'd only like the taste of the outside of it.
What?
He never ate the chicken.
How did he peel off with his fingers? With his finger, they have a knife.
Don Nash.
Yeah. So
that's dummy.
So you could have faced it because he was wheels, Don Nash.
Yeah.
But hang on, can we stick with the skin? Is that
what I want to get to is what some of the weirdest things you've the weirdest habits you've looked over and gone, what has happened in your development as a human being that's got you to this point?
Yeah.
Everyone I've ever played with. Yeah.
Stuff you've seen and picked up. It's like Donnie just had a fantastic, and he's actually a breeder of athletes as well because his daughter has played for the Matildas. So
really?
Donnie's living his best life. He's having a great time.
Oh, there's always he's a good bloke, but that's always the suffix of everything.
It's just like, what? Yeah. Why are you doing that to that chicken?
We had a guy who was struggling for cash when Rego was due and offered to pay in sausages. You mentioned Pete Sachs. It wasn't him, but I've never seen a guy laugh as hard as Pete Sachs was laughing that day. Pete's doing quite well for himself, but when the guy was like, I've got some sausages, we were in our early 20s trying to make ends meet.
Played with a guy who had a pet snake. We had a pet snake. And I never went to his house, but I could just imagine him in like dressed as Neo from the Matrix, like feeding a mouse this snake and petting it. He was a good bloke. It was a good bloke though.
You used to play with a guy who brought his dog, didn't you? And his dog used to bark at you when you got out.
We played a game at Chatswood Oval, against Bankstown.
Yeah,
and he was a quick bowler. He was quite a good bowler. He chucked it, but he was a good bowler.
He was a good deliverer.
He was a good deliverer. Yeah. And he brought his dog. It was like a pit bully style thing.
Yeah.
And it was mental for like 6 hours this day. And it was just he took six for. And he, like, every time batsman walked off, this dog was like off its leash, just barking at these batters. It wasn't professional at all. It was unprofessional.
So the dog probably saw his master bowling to these like combatants and thought, well, there's a fight. There's something
a fight
on
going
here.
on.
I need to protect him.
Yeah.
There's quite a few times when you're playing grade cricket, and because when you're in that system, you think that you're like on the trajectory, you're on the pathway to making it to the thing that you want to do, like play for Australia, right? Even if you're playing fourth grade, you're still in the system. You're still on the pathway to
300s away.
But then someone will be like, oh,
Only ever.
yeah. And then
You're one now.
someone will be like, oh, can you move the sight screen? It's like, well, they don't do that in the test matches. Like, I don't see, Hoff and Gaz down there pushing the sight screen. So it makes you feel further away from the thing, or like being asked to score, or make drinks, or give someone else throwdowns, or just being a teammate. Generally,
Yeah, that's
speaking,
right.
You know,
Being selfless.
being selfless.
Yeah, it's contrary to how things work in cricket.
Helping with the covers,
especially back in that era.
doing the covers. You know, aren't there ground staff at this fourth grade ground? You know,
They say before the game, be selfish out there, and then they get upset when I don't want to do.
when I leave, when I get out.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, it's one step further than I ever got, which is having to stand at square leg.
Yeah,
when your
umpiring
team's
yourself.
batting.
Yeah, that's no good.
I'm glad that you make that distinction, because we've talked to other people who then go like, yeah, we're all like grade cricketers. I play like second grade. I play like thirds in Geelong or something, and you're like, no, that's wheelie bin stuff. That's not grade cricket. What's that?
Get away with wearing
you
shorts.
use an Otto bin as stumps.
You wouldn't talk to those guys, would you?
I believe. Yeah.
You wouldn't speak to them guys.
I don't give them eye contact. I look over their shoulder for someone better to talk to.
We're going to take a short break. Drinks break on Willow talk about, with all due respect to grade cricket, real cricket, the Ashes, right after this. Guys, Ashes, it's almost here. We don't know what's going to happen, but we can pretend to know and guess, given previous experiences. What's your defining moment from Ashes cricket?
Oh, good question.
Most people say, when Steve Smith peeled off all those hundreds in 2019 and came back from getting hit in the head. But knowing you guys, you have something a little off reservation.
The cricket get in the way of this story either.
Yeah, exactly.
I've never watched the game. I just sort of follow players back to the hotel room.
I don't know. What Chris Rogers had the story when
Sounds like Junior's era.
His career was on the line, and he because he's colourblind, he missed a full toss, didn't he? And it hit him on the pads, and he went down to Uzi to say, should I review it? And Uzi just looked over his shoulder and didn't even answer. Yeah. Said, right, and then just walked off, and then it was not out. So Uzi just burnt him.
I reckon, do you know what?
Two very specific Chris Rogers stories.
Yeah.
Defining of Ashes.
Yeah. Do you know what I reckon? In what hurts Aussies? So England haven't won a game here since the iPhone 4, right? But they have done the thing that we have aspired to do since 2001. That is winning the way Ashes. Like how they played in the 2010-11 series. It was incredible how they won 3 games by an innings.
Yeah,
it was extraordinary, and they had a great team, right? And so whilst Australia's been more successful in recent times, we still haven't won the away Ashes. So like in 20 I think the last Ashes in 2023 over in England, Australia did pretty well to get out of their 2-2. I think they won the first 2 games, and then
after Nathan pinged his calf,
that's
changed
right.
everything.
That's right. That's right. And but in 2019, James Anderson only bowled 3 overs in that series. I think he bowled 3 overs in the first Test match, and we had Bradman batting at 4. You know, that's Steve Smith's
he was
series was just one of the greatest things we've ever seen, and we bowled England. We bowled because I'm in the team now. We bowled England out for 60 at Headingley in the third Test.
When we do well.
Bowled England out for 60 at Headingley in the third Test, and Ben Stokes wins the game with 150 or whatever he got to win the game in that famous partnership with Jack Leach. Australia win the next Test match at Old Trafford. Anyway, my point being that Australia dominated that series, and they got out of their 2-2 because they lost the last Test match, and probably because they were still drunk, I think, by the time they got to the Oval. And so, as a fan, you know, that one hurts. Like we haven't won away recently, so it's almost because English fans like the Ashes don't count out here apparently. You know, Scott Boland's shit because he got pumped in England, but like he took 18 wickets at 9 last time. It's pretty good. So Stokes' innings is pretty defining in recent times, cricket wise.
I don't mean to get too morbid, but one of my is Scott Boland, and death is about as morbid as it gets, obviously, but we all got to go. But my old man had a short sickness in 2021, but he was a massive English cricket fan, and he passed away on December 28, 2021, and I swear it had something to do with Scott Boland taking 6 for 9 or whatever it was, and him looking at that screen that day, and it was about 10 hours after that he left the earth, and he looked at it and went, fuck this, I'm out of here. I'm over this. Because England were so bad in that series.
Yeah.
So bad. They can't be this bad again.
Well, I think that's where a lot of the hope for them comes from, right? Which
Yeah.
it's kind of funny. Like they're like, well, this is our best chance in a really long time. It's like, well, that's not difficult when you haven't won in 3 series, haven't won one test in 3 series. Of course, you've got a better chance because you're at 0% for the last 3 series. But and I think a lot of Bazball, as much as I hate it being called that or whatever, is predicated on the low base that they've come from. They've come from such a low base, and all of their, they probably lose as many games with this style of cricket they play as they win, but a lot of it is excused because it's all been building towards this summit, this moment. This is all they've cared about in England. Like, it's the away Ashes. This is McCullum and Stokes' promise. We will build a team that is like fit for purpose for the hot, rugged Australian conditions, and you're going to have to excuse some of our failures along the way over the last 4 years or whatever, because we're going to deliver you this thing. And now Cummins is back, is a bit jammy. Australia's getting old, and they're excited. Now, like, I think there's some numerical evidence that suggests it's going to be difficult for them, but that's where their excitement comes from.
Prediction.
3-1 Australia.
Yeah, I'll be the same.
Yeah.
Rain in Sydney.
I don't know. Yeah, I guess so.
Hope it's a similar wicket the last time, because Scott Boland would be unplayable.
Yeah.
Remember that 12 months ago against India. With England, though, when they come out here, they build Australia up to be like they're entering the devil's lair or something like that. It's the hardest place to go.
Yeah.
You cop it from the crowd, you cop it from the media, this, that and the other. My impression of Australia, from living here all my life and barely leaving these shores, is that, or only going to Western like-minded countries, is that
Like Parramatta.
we are a friendly place. Yeah, exactly. We are a friendly. We're laid-back people. Yeah, we're competitive, but it's not like. Do they talk themselves out of it sometimes?
Our crowd is ruthless.
It gets feral out here, isn't it?
Yeah.
little bit.
Nah.
But now it's gone to mid-strength beer only.
No, doesn't matter. Our crowd is ruthless, and they give it. And Stuart Broad, we talk a lot about Income Ashes because he's a great character of the game, and he was the villain. But I've never seen someone handle the abuse that the Australian public give him. I'm all for it. Don't stop. But mate,
Stuart Broad is a shit bloke T-shirt.
Mate, it's ruthless. Our crowd gives as good as it gets.
Yeah, the English give it though, don't they?
It was interesting that the first time I met the English crowd, it was in 2005. And I was running drinks for the whole series around, and every time I walk past the Barmy Army, you got to find a way to win them because they can break you. I remember them breaking Mitchell Johnson in 2009. And they had a song from you, Who Are You, Who Are You? So I went and got 3 or 4 programs, and I circled my head and wrote my name against, I said, I'm Brad. And gave it out. And straight away you won them over. So you've got to find a way to get the Barmy Army on side. Otherwise, it can be a tough summer.
Imagine doing that to an Australian crowd. Thinking of Hads' words just there about Wickerminster. If you did that, the response from half cut bloke
on a Bucks party.
But the other thing about the crowd there, my mum and dad had never ever toured England, never been.
Yeah.
They knew a lot about them.
Yeah,
knew a lot about
New Zealand.
Mate,
about their
I
history,
didn't know
about
my
who you
mum had such a colourful life. She'd never ever been to the UK, but geez, they'd done their research.
Do you know the one? Have you heard the one about him and Ben Stokes in Adelaide? The no ball?
No.
Ben Stokes' first test wicket.
Weren't you like advised not to fight him or something like that?
No. It's the best.
I've seen it, yeah. I've heard you talk about it, yeah.
I'll get your opinion on Ben Stokes off the back of this, but it was Ben Stokes fresh-faced, new to Test cricket, gets him out. He's going all right at Adelaide Oval. Beautiful outswinger, wasn't it, Hads? He just got a little
scratch on it.
Good enough to get something on it.
Sprinkle head. Yeah.
Just about to the short boundary there at Adelaide. Umpire goes, no ball. Comes back. Brad walks past Ben Stokes and goes, congratulations on your first Test wicket, Ben. Which then enrages the young Kiwi, who then wants to punch on with him straight away. My question is, who tries to flick the switch on Ben Stokes in this Australian team of good blokes?
Oh, you don't, do you? Like I feel like I mean, you're the master on this, right? But he's like, I feel like his whole career has been building for this moment. Like I feel like he is, one Herculean or a couple of Herculean performances away from basically going down as one of the greatest players to ever play the game. I mean, Australia is the Everest. Australia Away is the Everest for England, and he is leading this style of play that they have very high self-regard for, and if they achieve it, then it'll be justified.
So it's Stokes and his Sherpas. Is this what honestly, we're going with?
I mean, if Stokes plays 5 tests, stays fit, and he gets into the series early, and he sort of says, because the way he likes to play is like he likes to say, "Get on my back, I'll carry you. Follow me." If he locks in, it's going to be very dangerous for us. So I don't know if you're trying to get under his skin or get him more focused.
I think he's their best bowler in our conditions.
Yeah.
I think he's their best bowler. Like we were over in England for 2 Test matches for the India-England series, and he bowled himself into the dirt. And one thing about their bowling attack is not as good as what ours could be, but they always take 20 wickets. He has found a way to always be in the game. He's a great captain. He's inventive. He's proactive. But his bowling, it's aggressive. It's always at the stumps. He's always at you. And how it worked out in England on the flattest decks of all time. They played 25 days in that series. Yeah. And by the end, both teams were on fumes. But he bowled himself into the dirt and bowled himself into an injury. That might be an issue. I think he's even said this. It's like, boys, tap me on the shoulder if I've gone on for too long. Because he's a guy's like, world on my back. I'm going to do this for me and for my country and everything.
When you make it about Stokes, you're in the opposition's in trouble, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you're spot on with his Stokes. His worst enemy is himself because he wants to be involved in those big moments, and he hasn't finished a lot of series. Stokes with his body, he's broke down a lot because of that personality. I would go after a few of their players that I know who bite back. Looks like Zach Crawley's got a bit of an appetite to bite back.
Yeah.
Bloke who averages 28 out here.
It's a weird one, how aggressive he was in that India series. Sorry.
The other one is Duckett.
Yeah.
I think he's got an appetite. And if you go at them, the way Stokes captains and the way he leads his team, he'll have to get involved. Because
he can't not.
No, he can't. And especially with where they're standing in the game is. They're under pressure. They're 2 openers is going to be the hardest time to bat, especially with a Stark or a Hazel with that new ball. So sometimes the best way to get to him is through his teammates. And if you go at him, they nick a couple, all of a sudden he's got to get involved. I think it's going to be really fiery. I think they're just going to work around the ring for the first session or two. But I reckon there's going to be a moment real early in the summer where it just goes bang. And then from that time on, it's going to be on.
It's on. What about Steve Smith? Again, he's had the perfect preparation of just hanging out in New York. Remember that photo a few years ago? People were going, "Oh, how sad is this photo of Steve Smith drinking?" That's the dream for every middle-aged man.
My kingdom for a beer in New York.
By myself.
By myself.
Oh, man, it sounds terrible.
Me and my phone.
Yeah.
Yes, please.
But we know Steve does his thing, and when Steve is just left alone to his own devices and prepares how he wants to prepare, he comes up with something. What are you expecting from the great man?
Yeah, well, it's interesting. I mean, as we go to air, there seems to be some discussion about whether then he shifts to 3 to accommodate Cam Green at 4, the continued accommodation of Cam Green, but. Then the article says that I read it in says Smith, who may captain the side, hasn't been consulted on this yet. I think Steve Smith is a savant, and he should be allowed to do. He has earned. Talk about a guy who's earned the right. Yeah. He can go wherever is numerically and psychologically safe for him to go, and let him do that thing. So
You guys have been to those content days with the Australian cricket team. I don't know if you remember 12 months ago, they had a golf club that they were trying to chip one of those, like those ping pong balls into the KFC bucket. Steve just decides to get the 52-degree wedge and and swing like Tiger Woods in 2000. The wedge, ping pong ball hits the roof, nearly hits Travis Head in the head, and Travis Head just yells at him as if to say, "What the fuck is wrong with you?" Steve Smith, oblivious to everything around, just goes and gets the ball and does it again.
Yeah.
He's just
That's why we love him.
yeah, that's why we love him.
Yeah.
yeah,
100%.
I mean, yeah, it's like if Smith delivers, it's game over, really. And I mean, I know he's closer to the end than the start or whatever. There seems to be rumours about his retirement every year for the last 3 years. Odd rumours, that he never substantiates.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'd give a lot just for Smith to lock in.
Yeah, double 100 at the SCG to
Yeah.
win the.
Who
win the
partners
SCG.
Uzi at the top?
That's a good question.
Most,
Who, from a content perspective, who are you hoping for?
yeah, that's an easy
not
answer.
Yeah, the best form or anything like that from content.
Oh, content.
Oh, the content. I'd love to do it.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
I've got a
Pick one
GoPro.
podcaster per game.
So who comes in for Adelaide?
Pez is in for Adelaide. Yeah. I think it's most likely Marnus. I think most likely Marnus, and then Smith, Green, Head, Webster, Carey, bowlers. I think that's most likely. I like Weatherald. I like to see it. I don't know what that means for the rest of the side, but like
Content is Constus, obviously.
content's constant.
I mean,
Too much.
it's a lot. It's a lot. But that'll wind the English press up as well. They'd be very into that.
I don't think they realise a whole generation would then latch on to the Ashes. Perhaps, not saying they wouldn't without him, but
The
they
marketing
definitely would with him.
Yeah.
About, like, we've got teenagers and things like that. They'd become invested in this guy. He's a weird...
Yeah.
He's like a marketing fucking new age experiment gone right for Australian cricket.
We got to talk to him for the first time at the content day in Brisbane. It was so awesome. He was partnered with Uzi, and Uzi was completely like exasperated that Constus had never heard of Bodyline.
Yeah. It actually
Like, have you heard of Brad? He's like the Don, yeah, but like not. I'm not doing his accent, but he hadn't heard of Bodyline. I just thought that was awesome. I mean, he's a you know this better than us, Hads. Like, he's a fantastic player. He's a guy with the weapons. He's just shown that he has difficulty working his way through tough conditions. He can't. He struggles to eke out a score when it's tough. He's on good decks. He looks incredible, right? But at that level, you need to solve. And his way to solve when it's tough, and Australian decks are tough at Test cricket, is extremely high risk cricket. Which at the MCG changed the series. But we've seen since, as a matter of probability, it'd be hard to bat behind him. I'd imagine. I think you'd be up out of your seat a fair bit.
Lots more Ashes chat to come in the coming weeks. But before we let you go, because we know you've got to go off somewhere and interview someone, and we'll see it.
What is today? Is today a 3 or 4 invoice day?
Yeah. How many today?
No, we finally got onto contracts in our business. It's awesome. I don't even knew what they were, but
Careful. HR becomes involved with that. We've got a best 11 from the grade cricketer. We've been doing best 11s here on Willow Talk. Okay. But we've come up with a theme. You can go with it if you want, or you can make it's your best 11. Yep. But, what you guys have become known for is pointing out alpha behaviour.
Yep.
Sure.
Have you got our best 11 alpha males?
Well, the biggest alpha in cricket at the moment is Narendra Modi.
We've got Modi.
Prime Minister.
Modi.
He's at 3.
Modi's opening the batting.
We've got Modi.
Modi's at 3, is he?
Yeah. Well, yeah, and I was going to have him at skipper, but I have a VC because I got Haddin at 4. So Haddin, skipper, and Modi.
Yeah.
Because I think in my area of grade cricket, Hads is New South Wales skipper mainly. It was a peak alpha.
It was the very alpha that side. Yeah.
I'm no good under pressure as a skipper.
Especially
if Modi's bred that.
Exactly.
With respect.
The leader of 1.4
with respect
billion
to the
people.
boss.
I've got Keith Miller at what are we looking at there?
Probably 6.
A 6.
Yeah.
Six,
Okay.
yeah.
So just to balance the team out.
Rumoured relationship with the princess.
Okay. That's good.
Unbelievable salad, world class head of hair.
Yeah.
and he fought in the war.
Yep.
So
Yep.
that's alpha.
Okay.
That's about as
Yeah.
up for us.
We were talking about Tubbs earlier. Oh, Crazier at 10.
Crazier, yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Say no
Why
more.
would he be
Frazier.
at 10?
Oh, just a good. We need a spinner. Need a spinner.
And was Revs
Yeah.
on the ball.
What, Subway or
They got
Crazier?
on his back will be Subway.
Yeah. Is this a T20 side or
Yeah.
we doing nicknames still? So I've got Benno.
Oh,
Yeah, please. Yeah. Just for the jackets alone.
8. Just at 8.
At 8, I'd say.
Yeah.
Yep.
So we've got 2 spinners now.
Yeah. Well,
Imagine-
I presume it's in India. Modi's playing.
Modi, so it's at Modi Stadium.
Yeah, it's in Ahmedabad.
So, but he's not captain. Hads is captain though.
Yeah.
Hads has got
Mate,
the
I will
armband.
not get out alive. If
Yeah.
Okay, so
You get a crowd there.
Is there
my 3rd grade captain MG.
MG? Yep.
Yep. No more, he's at 5.
What gives him a selection?
Oh, he's at Alpha.
Like, what was it? Was it an example of his behaviour?
Yeah.
I don't know. Like post game team talks, he would do them. Can I say this?
It must be
Just
good.
look up.
If
Just
you
look
fit a
up
cul-de-sac.
Jelking.
What does MG stand for?
Mud guts.
Mud
Yeah,
guts. Mud
MG.
guts, yeah.
Yeah.
So I'd say
I
open.
don't think he. I think he wanted it to be Mr. Good Times. But it was.
You
it
can't
was
pick your own
Mud Guts.
nickname. You
Yeah.
can't nick your own.
This is Alpha at your club because this is.
Alpha at my club, no one.
Yeah. No. Yeah. Higgins.
yeah.
There we go. Hi Higgins.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
What was your club? Gordon.
Gordon, yeah.
Yeah, there's no alphas.
No. We finished 14th every year in the
In
club
Roseville
Yeah.
and Chatswood, there's
Yeah.
no
I
alphas.
probably got Neil Maxwell in there from my club.
yeah, okay.
He's manager to Pat Cummins now, but he was sort of out. I mean, would you agree? Maxie's got an alpha presence in global cricket
Yeah, he
these
has.
days.
Mate, no one's headbutted the middle of the wicket more than Neil Maxwell.
Yeah. So we've got to
So
have
Neil Maxwell.
we've got to have
That's
Doss
a
just for
7.
that image of him having a net shirtless.
Yeah,
Like 90s Doss,
Okay.
blonde
Doss.
Queenslander, looking good.
Barrel-chested. Always said barrel-chested.
Yeah,
Barrel
yeah,
chested.
the barrel chested.
The barrel
yeah.
chested.
Yeah.
Viv Richards needs a spot in there, I would have
Okay,
thought.
so he can.
So he's opening.
Modi's 3. So Viv
Okay.
can,
So
he'll
Viv.
shift it up.
So
Even Viv wouldn't win that argument.
Yeah.
I'd say, yeah.
yeah, and I'd say 9 is Jay Shah.
9.
Or is he 11? He's batting 9. He's batting 9, not bowling. Jay Shah.
Okay, Ben bowling. Okay, Jay Shah.
Your show's
Still there,
your,
isn't it?
your show's now cancelled, by the way.
Yeah.
Just let you guys know.
You're doing this well. We'll never. Poor old Hads had a great gig at Punjab Kings 11. That is gone.
The
I'd
Ambani's
imagine
still
Brad
11?
Bradman on those boats over the Ashes was Alpha, but there's only one spot at 11.
11, so we
Yeah.
need a bowler.
Yeah. Jack Fingleton used to argue with Bradman. He could be talking about Jack Fingleton and his Protestant tendencies.
It was a wet bat, wasn't it?
Yeah, the holy water on the
Oh,
bat.
holy water on the bat. Yeah. Bradman wanted to use a dry one.
Yeah.
Who's bowling? We need a bowler.
11.
Our last show.
It's a quick.
Yeah.
It's a quick.
Is it quick? Megan Shoot. She's Alpha.
She's alpha.
Shooter's Alpha.
Megan Shoot.
Megan
She's
Shoot,
alpha.
yeah. Just brings the ball in at Modi.
And most wickets in international cricket. So,
There you go. Shooter. She alphas us every time we talk to her.
now, how good were the girls the other night, by the way?
Yes.
Against
Healy.
India. Oh, unbelievable.
Yeah.
Pez-
This is running in a few weeks, so how
Oh,
were
okay.
they a couple of months ago?
Okay.
Yeah.
So, yeah. We've
But
already
no,
won the
it's
World Cup.
still
Yeah.
still a fact.
Still a
so,
fact,
yeah. Grade 11 plus 12th man.
Fingleton.
Few names in there.
He's a writer as well.
Yeah.
So he's scoring.
He's a
as well.
correspondent.
Gentlemen, it's been as many laughs as I expected. Thank you very much, and good luck with the summer on the Great
Good
Cricketer.
luck, boys.
Thanks for having us,
Thanks
guys.
for having us,
Cheers.
guys.
Thank you.
Good luck with your little production. Sorry.
No, you're not. Yeah, thanks for watching the Willow Talk podcast on YouTube. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button so you don't have to miss an episode wherever you are. And while you're at it, check out these videos up here. They're mostly good.